Hi, this is Indole Chiani, and you're watching The Conversation. The show talks about literally everything ranging from sports, politics, economics, arts, and why young graduates are certainly opening YouTube channel. We talk about change, we talk about revolutions. A fact before we start the episode, for every revolution to start, we need a conversation. With that being said, let's start the conversation. Today, we're going to discuss about climate change. Climate change is one of the most important things to be discussed in 21st century because it's that important to be talked about. Before we start, let me introduce you to the speakers, and I am personally very fortunate enough to know all of them personally. They might not be in the same field right now, but are doing wonderful jobs in their own fields and are wonderful humans. First, Poojan Ghosh. He's an MSc economics student, a jury member in Kolkata debating circuit, and a founder of blogging site Grey Matters. Shoitto Gupta, MSc student, editor in YouTube channel The Frame Kolkata, and published a really interesting short story called Shuddho Shorong in Ichche Kotha. Avik Das, MSc student who has a very important chapter addressing the issue of reverse migration in India, which is published in the book Migrant Workers in India's COVID Economy. Last but not least, Akshans Vidyarthi, who is a budding entrepreneur and environmental volunteer at Swachhata Pukar and the founder of the blogging site, the Free Voice site. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So how are you guys today?
Fantastic.
Everything's fine? So should we start with the questions?
Yeah.
First of all, before delving into this topic in deep, let's hear your views on climatic change for a minute or two. Poojan, would you like to start? Poojan?
Yeah, climatic change, as we all know, has been one of the most burning topic in the recent times, and it is significantly impact our surroundings globally. Not only a few nations globally, from North Pole to South Pole to the countries around the equator, each and every one of them are suffering a lot. So a lot of infrastructural damages are being seen these days due to that, and also the air pollution. More the consumption of fossil fuels are enhancing. Is limiting our overall development also, and various waste management and recycling is needed to combat that. So a lot of research are being considered in order to restrict to this, in order to restrict the climatic change and its negative impact. And probably if we don't save our environment, I don't think we would be able to sustain our lifestyle in the coming decades.
Oh,
So definitely we'll need to
okay,
consider.
that's really good. Obhi, would you like to speak something about it?
Yeah, I totally agree with Poojan. As you know, that climate change is one of the burning issues right now. Currently, the developing countries face the burden of climate change, and the developed countries also contribute significantly to the climate change and global warming. And more recently, there are, as you've seen, forest fires. We have seen deforestation, and all these anthropogenic activities and also the industrialization, which is a main part of our topic, has led to climate change. And we all the global citizens and also the various the ratifications of various agreements such as the Paris Agreement or the climate change agreements of the currently the G7 meeting has also addressed the issue of climate change. So if we do not take proactive steps, so it will be very harmful for the living organizations and the human beings to sustain in the near future. So we should take this issue into our hands and we should look forward to it.
Okay, that's a really good way to talk about this issue. Akshansh, would you like to add on?
Thank you, Hindal. So I totally agree with both of my colleagues and both of my speakers. And there's nothing to deny what the facts they put up. Currently, what the situation is, it's about the survival. When you see the condition, it's still on. And the last year, what happened regarding COVID issue? Climate change has come to us in current situation as a survival. it's or it climate change or death. It's the question of that. आपको अब किसको चूज करना है, आपको वो डिसाइड करना पड़े, ये मोमेंट आ गया है, जैसा आपने देखा
It's an
सिचुएशन क्या।
important question.
एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज आज से नहीं, बहुत पहले से रहा है। कुछ इन्वायरमेंट का खुद है, कुछ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोसेस है, बट कुछ एक्सट्रीम कंडीशंस भी हैं। यहाँ आगे मैं कुछ डाटा प्रेजेंट करूंगा जहाँ पे आप जिसके कारण आप इकोलॉजी साइकिल जो होता है, जो फूड साइकिल एक एनिमल का, अगर वो कैसे अफेक्टेड है व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट क्लाइमेट चेंज इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनिमल्स and flora and fauna and their existence or their extinction at the rate. Okay. So there are a lot to discuss, and there are few datas also. We'll discuss it in the further discussion.
Okay, I'm sure we will. Shweto?
Yeah, I totally agree with all of you guys that you all have expounded on the fact that how the climate is getting affected with our day-to-day activities, right? And this impact on this climate has significantly changed during the time of COVID. You all guys must be agree to this, because during the time of COVID only, it started in December 2019. Yeah. So from that time, the cases started escalating. Then in March 2020, almost all the countries started putting the lockdowns. And due to this, what happened, the industries started locking themselves up, and the manufacturing sector naturally came to a halt for around 3-4 months. So during that time only, the carbon emissions or the emissions of the other greenhouse gases got reduced, and as a result, that time we have found that it's a much cleaner air, because lots of pollution also got reduced. So that was a significant change, and this significant change, we can regard it as a positive impact of COVID.
Okay, great. Climate change is a threat to us, but in order to address this current situation in this world, we need to evaluate the current damage. In order to evaluate the current damage, we must take a step back and look at the past. It is generally considered as a change in modern climate, but it was ever existing. It dates back to Ice Age, but it was not until Industrial Revolution in the mid-19th century that we experienced a global repercussion. Now, my question to all of you is how rapid industrialization and urbanization, call it gold rush era, if you will, has impacted climate change, and in the process started this count, if you will, which has become the biggest threat to humanity today.
Yeah, very rightly said, Hindol, that during the time of the 19th century, when Britain came up with the Industrial Revolution for the first time in the world, they started with the textile industries. And from that time only, this Industrial Revolution started. And now, currently, all the countries are having lots of industries. Now, this has affected the climate very negatively, because lots of deforestation activities also took place in order to build up the factories and the large industries. Then at a later stage, some small startups also started growing. And even in India, there are multiple persons, they are building up startups. And even for that, in order to set up the small offices also, they are carrying on with the deforestation activities. And deforestation is something which affects the climate very negatively. Even during the time of a few years back, when the Amazon forest was caught fire, even that time, all the scientists and even the whole world was quite worried that what will happen to the global warming. So yeah, it affected negatively, this industrial revolution.
Okay, if anybody else has to say anything about this topic.
So correctly agree with Shoito's point. So, industrial revolution is a major event in economic history as a result, because with industrialization came up with machineries. So we saw various technological innovations, but the repercussions are very huge. So it led to burning of fossil fuels, the running of the steam engine. As you know, the invention of the steam engine also led to the repercussions of the burning of fossil fuels, clearing of lands and deforestation activities, and other anthropogenic activities, such as also other than CO2 emissions. We see that in developing countries, many factories have led to increase in methane, which is an also a crucial factor in ozone layer depletion also,
Definitely.
which has again led to global warming. So these factors have led to increase climate change, and as a result, the atmosphere has become warmer than before. And as a result, we are in a threat, and we continue to come with the solutions to tackle this change.
Okay. Anybody else who wants to talk about this?
I just like to add one point here. Like whenever we consider industries, we consider the industrial waste which goes out, the chemicals and everything. So in order to, bring down that, I think the 3R model which we have in our economy, which is reuse, recycle, and we need to intervene, and then we need to reproduce all of them in a way so that we do not, further, uh, we do not pollute our sea and oceans. Ultimately all those waste goes to those coastal areas, and we really need to bring about that reduction of all those industrial wastes, and so that we can probably make some recycling paradigms and recycling technology, so that we can we can pollute our check the pollution in our surroundings and the environment. So in order to bring about all these 3R models, we really need to have some board, and we really need to consider all these factors, because at the end of the day, if we do not survive, and if our life, as Akshanks was rightly pointing out, there is a habitat and food change which gets affected. So like there is a marine life as well. So if the fisheries and if, marine life is hugely affected, then I think a significant impact would be there in the chain of cycle of life. So I think considering everything, the industrial pollutions and the industrial waste needs to be taken into account and needs to be reduced and
Chance,
recycled.
you wanted to say something?
I partly agree with all of them, but not throughout. ठीक है, क्योंकि आज इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन कहीं ना कहीं जरूरत था. ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें, अगर हम लोग कंसिडर करें स्टोन एज से, ठीक है, जब आग का पता नहीं था तो लोग पकाते नहीं थे, बट जब आग का पता चला ना, जब फायर वाज इन्वेंटेड, देन दे स्टार्टेड बर्निंग फॉरेस्ट. और वैसे ही पता चला था कि यार आग सडनली फॉरेस्ट फायर वाज ड्यू टू हीट, एंड दे गॉट टू नो कि फायर इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. So you cannot deny the fact कि industrialization is totally a bad, खराब चीज है. बट अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि उसको आप बैलेंस कैसे करें. ये वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, यू नीड टू बैलेंस. ठीक है, क्योंकि आपको पेट्रोलियम चाहिए. ठीक है, आपको फ्लाइट इसकी इन्वेंशन क्यों हुई, एरोप्लेन की इन्वेंशन क्यों हुई. एरोप्लेन की इन्वेंशन इसलिए कि ट्रेन उतने फास्ट नहीं थे, या फिर शिप से आप रेलवे में कैसे आए, रेलवे वाज मच फास्टर, या फ्लाइट वाज मच फास्टर. तो उसके लिए अब एनर्जी चाहिए था. तो एनर्जी के लिए आपको एक्स्ट्रा रिसोर्स, आपको एनर्जी चाहिए विद पेट्रोलियम. बट अब उस पेट्रोलियम का आप कितना यूज करते हैं, कैसे यूज करते हैं, वो मैटर करता है. आप डेवलपमेंट अगर नहीं करेंगे तो आप तो वो जिंदगी नहीं जी सकते ना. तब तो फिर आप जंगल में ही तब रहिए. तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड.
No, yeah.
Let me complete it. I'll complete in 2 lines. I just complete in 2 lines. So it is important that there is a need of development, and it is necessary for each and every country, be it underdeveloped countries or a developed countries. For underdeveloped country, it is them to need to be developed, and for developed countries, it is needed for them to keep on progress. But the question is, you should have a balance. The question that I want to put And the question for today's R is key balance between environment or the climate change and the development. So here the lines comes.
Poojan?
Yeah, am I audible? I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to add one thing, like Akshansh. I just want to tell you that I completely agree with saying that industrialization is the ultimate thing which is causing the climatic change. It is not that. You know, Definitely industrialization was necessary. I agree with you. But as you were talking about the balance, there needs to be proper organized structure to what we can, because there has to be a check in the moral hazards which those industrial wastes are contributing to our environment, which can be significantly threatening our life in the future, and which is significantly causing a hindrance to our sustainable development. So a proper structure is needed. Industrialization cannot go on without a proper structure, because excessive capitalism can really as far as industries are concerned, can really affect our livestock to quite an extent, to a massive extent, if we do not have a proper structure at the backdrop of it.
No, totally agreed. Totally agreed, Poojan. We need to have, and it should be very strict, and it should be like followed. And if you should not follow, it should have a repercussions. If you not follow such strict rules and laws, you should have repercussions. I'll take this example of. I'll just complete this in not a minute or so. There are rules and laws in India, but the thing is कि they are not so much enforced कि आपको follow करना है, एंड उसके अगेंस्ट उतने एक्शंस नहीं है. आज के टाइम पे इंडस्ट्रीज का काफी पैसा होता है. अच्छा ये है, हम 10,000 लेके काम हो जाएगा, इस तरह. इट शुड बी कि वो इट शुड अफेक्ट दैट इंडस्ट्री कि अगर इफ आई डू नॉट फॉलो, आई विल बी चार्ज और आई विल बी बैंड और माय लाइसेंस कुड बी गेट कैंसिल. आई टोटली एग्री विद योर पॉइंट.
We are taking away from the ecosystem which helps to restabilize the climate. The carbon dioxide emissions are too high for oceans to continue to absorb them and continue the nature's cycle. The life underwater is in danger. More than 50% of the coral reefs are already lost, and in one more additional degree rise of global temperature, the existence is history. Due to massive forest fires, animals do not have the option but to leave their natural habitats and enter cities, who are later being held captive, and many of them don't even have the chance and are dead due to the fire itself. And everything boils down to us and our consumption of goods, services, and natural resources. The incentive of industries is present because of the demand in the public. How can we, being in a condition like this, can try to be hindrance to a much more severe damage of any form of life and simultaneously reach a healthier conclusion to unnecessary urge of consumption and thus reducing the waste in the process? Poojan, your hand is raised if you want to.
I just want to say that about carbon emission and everything, we have to move to a structure where we focus on, especially transportation, causes a huge, massive level of carbon emission. And we have the example of the Tesla, Tesla cannot, we cannot have a better example than Tesla here. Moving to an energy efficient transportation, electricity and everything. They are making the use of electricity really well. Even the, in the northern parts of India, we have seen hydel projects, hydroelectricity and everything. So, a significant paradigm shift is seen. But, carbon emission is the most threatening thing which is happening, which is depleting the, our ozone layer as well. So considering everything again, a paradigm shift of solar or, other things, we have to consider in bringing, environment friendly energy, transferring those energy into electricity, transferring those energy into, the motion, and everything, has to be structured, because we have seen the global temperature, the global warming is the most threatening thing, and it is causing the death of many people as well,
But as a consumer, we need to have certain limitations as well. We need to adapt through different situations in order to help in this climatic change movement, isn't it? If anybody
Yes,
else is willing to talk about it.
yes, I totally agree with all my panelists. So, because we cannot go beyond the carrying capacity of the environment, and also it is rightly pointed out that, but you cannot totally stop carbon emissions, but you can with through various measures like the various companies, Indian companies also have undertake various corporate social responsibility activities such as planting of trees and other activities which effectively reduce CO2 emissions. And also in developed countries, there are also taxable permits on carbon emissions, so which also helps to reduce CO2 emissions and other methane activities, which drastically reduce again the consumption of electricity. I completely do not agree to this point, because electricity consumption also leads to energy consumption, which again leads to the climate change factors. So we basically need to have cleaner fuels like solar energy, or like India is adapting to hydel power, and India has a vast scope to adopt
Even
solar
China,
energy.
if I'm not wrong.
Even China also. So solar energy can be adapted much in a much faster way to combat this climate change.
Anybody else? Shoito, you rose your hand.
I want to add one point with what Ubika said and even what Pujan has said regarding the energy part. Like, I remember that I was going through the Google and got to know that in Brazil, in the jails, what the inmates do, they are asked to ride on some bicycles, like exercise bicycles, and that actually helps there in generating electricity. And more the ride, the lesser will be the jail sentence. So I think that many countries should develop that, the habit of riding cycles and also using it for generating some other energy also. So there's one more example that in Canada and in few other countries, I guess in New Zealand also maybe, they are recycling plastics and making plastic bottles in order to make houses. And they found it very beneficial in the sense that during summer times, those houses remain a bit cooler. And during winter also, it does not remain so cold. So people staying in those plastic houses, they are very much benefited in compared to those who are staying in the other structures of houses.
So my next question is targeted towards Avik and Akshan specifically. Today, industries for short-term profits have adapted modern but risky technologies to get fossil fuels, more electricity, but in the process have become the wrath for our very environment, the air, water, and every single living being in the world. How important is it to control industrial actions, and how can that be done efficiently? And is it possible to maintain a healthy balance between development and environment, considering the amount of destruction that is happening in daily? And how does a government individually and all the nations collectively regulate it?
So
is the question clear to you guys?
So yeah, I totally agree with Hindol that both development and pollution has a trade-off. So we cannot we have to address both the situations. But with that with development there can be pollutions, means you cannot stop the pollution, means the factories have to be working, and also because without factories there cannot be an employment generation, so you cannot stop the factories. But in developed countries it has been seen that to control this pollution, to control these emissions, governments have imposed credible limits on and have imposed pollution tax, which has significantly reduced the pollution levels and emission levels, because now as a companies also have become aware, because if they contribute to pollution levels, their social image as a responsible company in the society goes down, because there's a tremendous competition outside, and they have to keep up with the competition. And in order to survive in this competitive world, companies try to come with innovative methods. And the developed countries such as the UK, USA, and not necessarily India, but in other countries, they have significantly tried to convert to renewable energy sources. The power, in India, the coal sector, the coal industries have contributed large part to the climate change. But the Indian government is trying to convert it to the hydel power plant, and also India has a large scope for solar power and the wind power also. So they are trying to cope up with these changes, and I hope that in the coming future, in the coming decades, we could cope with the development process as well as the climate change issue. But as you know, that you cannot totally stop climate change process, because development, then it would stop the development process. It will the growth process will be hampered. But because as you know that every situation has a positive side and a negative side, so it has two sides to the same coin actually. So I think this
That's why we need to move towards more sustainable energy. And you raised
sustainable development.
one particular interesting point about it, which is the carbon tax. Am I sure about that? You mentioned that, right?
Yeah, carbon tax. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to add on about the carbon tax and how it functions globally and in India, covering both the sides.
I'll not exactly talk about the carbon tax, but yes, totally agree with Abhi that there are very strict, and there need to be. Like in few countries, there are strict laws. In European countries, there are very strict laws regarding industrialization and the balance between environment. If you are setting up an environment, you need to have certain certifications, ISO certifications, which give them regarding their process. Secondly, I do not know how many industries follow, but when you are industries like steel or leather, these kind of industries require huge amount of water as well as chemical. So there should be a strict law that these kind of a chemical, when waste sent out to rivers and lakes, they must be treated before sending out, because it actually hampers the ecological balance of the water, because it's very hot and it's very high chemical. To this point, I'll also bring in the farmers. You see, today's farmers have started using so much of fertilizers that कि उन लोग आज केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर यूज कर रहे हैं. उससे दो चीज होता है कि एक तो आप इन्वायरमेंट को खराब कर ही रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो पानी आपके फिर नदी में जाता है, वो जाता है, प्लस हम लोग भी जो खा रहे हैं वो केमिकली खा रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं खा रहे हैं. सेकेंड चीज, आपका उससे लैंड भी खराब हो रहा है. ऐसा नहीं कि आप फर्टिलाइजर से आप बहुत लॉन्ग टर्म में वेरी हेल्पफुल है, उससे ना आपका लैंड भी खराब हो रहा है. मैं आपको अगर एक डेटा दूं, एक डेटा ये है, हरियाणा पंजाब के मैक्सिमम लैंड खराब हो चुके हैं. क्यों? इसी चलते में. अगर आपको उस लैंड को वापस डेवलप करना है ना, तो 10 साल लगेगा, जो आप मैन्यूअर के कारण करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो पूरा एक लेयर है. लेयरिंग इतना जल्दी नहीं आता है. ठीक है. एंड उसके लाइन में फिर आपका महाराष्ट्र एंड यूपी ऑन हाल है. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग इज कि व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, आज के टाइम पे जस्ट मैं एक स्क्रीन शेयर करके एक पर्सन का आपको दिखा रहा हूं, एक वीडियो है, जस्ट मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करके दिखा रहा हूं आपको. ठीक है. हिज नेम इज शुवेंदु शर्मा. ठीक है. You can see Suvendu Sharma. You can create for a small mini forest in the cost of iPhone. Okay. So what this person actually does, okay, they convert barren land into kind of a jungle, whatever you can call it, a jungle. Okay. So इसका process है, ये आप कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, ये एट वेरी स्मॉल प्लेसेस इनका है कि ये एक साथ आप 300 पेड़ उगा सकते हैं एक 4 से 5 व्हीकल्स के पार्किंग एरिया में। आप आराम से ना 100 से 150 पेड़ उगा सकते हैं, उसको एक जंगल टाइप में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं आराम से, क्योंकि आप खोदने पे तो वहां सॉइल ही है, पहला चीज। दूसरा चीज है, टुडे वी हैव अ टेक्नोलॉजी, अगर ठीक है चलिए आपको वो लैंड चाहिए एंड इट इज सुटेबल एंड वहां पे रोड कनेक्टेड है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम फार्मिंग लैंड, अगर वहां बैरन लैंड पर अगर ट्रीज भी है, टुडे यू हैव अ टेक्नोलॉजीज लाइक JCBs and all, which can directly dig the roots of the plant and directly transport it without cutting it. एंड आप उसको कहीं ऐसा जगह पे जहां पे प्लांट नहीं हुआ, डायरेक्ट आप उसको वो कर प्लांट कर दीजिए, वो प्लांट ऑलरेडी बड़ा हुआ है, ऑलरेडी प्लांट एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड है, बस आपको एक जगह से उसका ट्रांसफर करना है, वहां उसको थोड़ा कुछ दिन के लिए पानी और उसको देखना है, बाकी वो फिर ऑटोमेटिकली वो उस इन्वायरमेंट के जैसे वो होगा, अधीन होगा, या जैसे उस इन्वायरमेंट से एक्वेंटेंस होगा, वो अपना देख लेगा। ठीक है, सो दीज टेक्नोलॉजीज आर देयर एंड आज के टाइम पे इट्स नॉट वेरी हार्ड टू हैव अ बैलेंस बिटवीन एनवायरनमेंट एंड इंडस्ट्रीज, बट वो एक मोटिव होना चाहिए कि हमको बैलेंस करना है एंड गवर्नमेंट के लॉज इन्फोर्स्ड लॉज रहने चाहिए, नहीं तो फिर नहीं होगा। हम ह्यूमंस को जब तक आप छड़ी से नहीं करें ना, कि हाँ जो आप देखा है ना, जो स्टिक एंड कैरेट वाला जो सीन है, जो डोंकी एंड कैरेट वाला, जब तक आप वो नहीं कीजिएगा ना, तब तक ह्यूमंस नहीं सीखते। वो ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी, सिंपल ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी है, आपको वो करना ही पड़ेगा।
तो तेरे हिसाब से और भी ज्यादा प्रेसिंग गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेशंस होने चाहिए।
एग्जैक्टली, क्योंकि वो ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी है बॉस, इट्स अ ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी। ह्यूमन को जब तक आप कुछ थ्रेट नहीं दिखाएंगे ना, तब तक वो टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेता ही रहेगा एंड उसका कोई लिमिट नहीं है। आप उसका
अगर मैं तेरे को ऑप्शन दूं कि तेरे को एक रेगुलेशन बनाना है, तो व्हाट विल बी योर रेगुलेशन फॉर द कंट्री, और लेट्स से फॉर एवरी कंट्री राइट नाउ, कि तू क्या बोल सकता है, क्या ऐसा रेगुलेशन ला सकता है व्हिच इज रियली नीडेड एट दिस पॉइंट?
See, currently you also have technologies, जो any industries have a burning and a chimney, ठीक है। सो उसमें जो भी आप जो गैसेस रिलीज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन, मेरे चार्जर पूछ कर। सो जितने आप हर चाहे, एंड इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट आज के हमारे लाइफ कल्चर का एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेस है, दैट इज क्रीमेशन ग्राउंड, इंक्लूडिंग क्रीमेशन ग्राउंड्स। उनके चिमनीज पे ना आजकल फिल्टर्स आ गए हैं विच इज फिल्टरिंग द हार्मफुल गैसेस एंड लेटिंग आउट द आपका ये लेस हार्मफुल गैसेस। मतलब उसके जो हार्मफुल पार्टिकल्स हैं, गैसेस क्या होते हैं, केमिकल मिक्सचर है, तो उस केमिकल मिक्सचर को वो ट्रैप कर ले रहे हैं एंड एक लेस हार्मफुल वो छोड़ रहे हैं। तो उससे एंड उससे हमको काफी चीज, उससे इंक काफी स्टार्टअप्स आ गए हैं जो उस तरह के केमिकल से इंक बना रहे हैं, बाकी चीज बना रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो ये एक पॉलिसीज में लाना चाहूंगी वो, और मैं चाहूंगा कि वो हर जगह इंपोज हो।
Then how do you recycle those leftover chemicals? That's an important question. अगर क्योंकि उसको तुम properly recycle नहीं करते हो, then it's ends up as a waste, right?
उसकी टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है, उस स्टार्टअप का मैं नाम भूल रहा हूँ, मैं अभी एग्जैक्टली इस मोमेंट पे नाम भूल रहा हूँ।
Okay, there's a startup.
Exactly, there's a startup which is converting the harmful particles of a chimney as well as the motor vehicles के जो एग्जॉस्ट होते हैं, वो एक छोटा सा मशीन है, एक आप जैसे जो आपका ये होता है ना, क्या कहलाता है, क्या कैसे एग्जांपल दूं, ये जो होता है आपका क्या कहलाता है, एक मिनट, थोड़ा छोटा कर देना काट के, छोटा फिल्टर जो होता है, या फिल्टर, या आप काइंड ऑफ एक पाइप टाइप का है, वो पाइप टाइप का करीब इतने बड़े पाइप टाइप का है। हाँ,
रिफिल का बात बोल रहे हैं?
रिफिल नहीं, रिफिल एक आपने वो देखा है ना, बाइक का क्या नाम है, वो देखा है ना, इग्निशन वाला जो देखा है, इग्निशन जो आता है, हाँ, तो उस तरह का साइज का रहता है वो, आप इग्निशन में लगाते हो आप एग्जॉस्ट में व्हीकल के, एंड जो भी आ रहा है उसको वो फिल्टर करके अपने में स्टोर करता है, एंड वो ब्लैक जो पार्टिकल्स है, टार आप जो भी बोल लीजिए, उससे दैट कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ इंक, एंड दैट इंक इज यूज्ड इन काइंड्स ऑफ वॉल पेंटिंग एंड वॉल एडवर्टाइजमेंट जो होता है, उसमें ये यूज हो रहा है। एग्जैक्टली वो यूज हो जा रहा है स्टेशनरी इंडस्ट्री में। अगर ये छोटे लेवल पे हो सकता है, तो ऑब्वियसली बड़े लेवल पे तो हो ही सकता है। हाँ, उसमें थोड़ा सा और रिसर्च चाहिए होगा, बट इट इज क्वाइट पॉसिबल, एंड आई फ्रॉम माई एंड आई थिंक कि ये पूरा बहुत पूरी फुल फोर्स में थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड इन्फोर्स होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी आपने देखा जिस हिसाब से हमारा कोविड था, डेथ्स काफी हो रहे थे, एंड जो क्रीमेशन ग्राउंड जो क्रीमेशन ग्राउंड आपके दिन में केवल 4 से 5 घंटा जलते थे, वो 24 घंटा चल रहे थे। तो सोच लीजिए आप इन्वायरमेंट एकदम कोई ब्लैक एयर, आप सोच लीजिए ह्यूमन बॉडी में क्या क्या सब उसका वो एयर में मिल रहा है। तो उस तरह के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है।
डेफिनेटली अगर ये जो टेक्नोलॉजी है ये हम लोग लाइक एवरी कंज्यूमर अगर इस चीज को अपनाती है, देन ऑफ कोर्स एनवायरमेंटल जो इफेक्ट्स जो हम लोग करते हैं दैट विल बी रिड्यूस्ड बाय अ लॉट. Now, Pujan and Shohit, you guys want to add on it, right?
No, I just want to say one thing, Akshank, like you were saying about everything, and government needs to enforce laws and everything. I completely agree with you. But tell me one thing, Akshank, like we have many plans, like Ganga Action Plan, we have, plans to save our habitat. But, nothing is happening, even, the more and more, creatures are getting extinct. Ganga is still getting more, polluted. If whether or not actions are there, I believe that it is. What is your thought about that? Like why this is happening, and what we can do to increase the awareness, because many startups may come and go. There is Stand Up India, there is Startup India. Many corporates may come, they may try, but at the end of the day, if there is no result, they'll be in loss and they'll shut down. So what is that thing? What is that thing missing? You have talked about a lot. So what is your thing?
I have we were together in we have studied economics together. Okay. So you must have remembered we have discussed that key Indian laws and rules are best in pen and paper. Okay. So जो ये है मिसिंग है वो है ग्राउंड लेवल पे चेक, वो इंडिया एंड ग्राउंड रूट लेवल. ठीक है, प्लान हो जाता है, बीट एनी गवर्नमेंट, बीट करंट गवर्नमेंट, बीट प्रीवियस गवर्नमेंट. जो गैप है वो है रूट लेवल पे उसका फॉलोअप्स नहीं है. ठीक है, पहला चीज. सेकेंड चीज की करेंटली इंडिया नीड टू स्ट्रेंथन इट्स स्टार्टअप कल्चर, वेयर अपार्ट फ्रॉम people coming into fintech, yeah, fintech is very important to have a better financial inclusion, but currently India need to focus and government need to focus on startups doing on green environment. Because I am in this segment startup, I know lots of startups who are there in the green and they are doing a very great job, but कोई support नहीं मिल रहा है कहीं ना कहीं, but वो जरूरत है. ठीक है, क्योंकि अभी when I'll just tell you कि
okay, conclude now.
I'll just take 1 minute. So ये है आपका जो इन्वेस्टर होते हैं वो इंस्टेंट प्रॉफिट देख रहे हैं, बट इन्वायरमेंट पे ना इंस्टेंट प्रॉफिट नहीं देख सकता. वो अभी के टाइम पे आपको लेके क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज नहीं होगा, बट एंड ऑफ द 10 years, कमिंग 10 years में ना इसी तरह के जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं जो प्लास्टिक पे काम कर रहे हैं, प्लास्टिक पे कन्वर्जन पे काम कर रहे हैं, वाटर रिसाइकलिंग पे काम कर रहे हैं, यही स्टार्टअप लास्ट करेंगे और वो एक वो बन जाएगा, हमारा रिक्वायरमेंट बन जाएगा बॉस, वही रिक्वायरमेंट होगा लॉन्ग रन में. ठीक है,
Shohit,
Yeah, I look at three things. Firstly, I want to answer to what Poojan has asked. I feel that most of the time, in most of the cases, even what Akshans also said that what the government plans is good in pen and paper. And answer to Poojan's question is that in most of the cases, government gets influenced by the large MNCs, the CEOs or the founders of large MNCs.
well said.
So second thing I want to say that as far as the policies are concerned, I feel that rigidity upon the emissions tax, I think it should be made a bit more rigid. Okay, and there should be many checks, and if needed, the tax rates can be increased. And this should be applicable in all the countries of the world. And the third thing is that several large MNCs of the foreign nations are working on this environmental issue. They are coming up with new technologies in order to reduce the amount of waste they used to generate previously. So companies like HP, the Hewlett Packard, and then Johnson & Johnson, Nike, even Nike also, I guess they are trying to tie up with over 50 companies of the world in order to manufacture some renewable resources for their products.
now the concept of brand image is being a bit different from before. Before it was just a product, and now it's how the product is standing for the environment and the product itself. And Poojan, তুই যেটা বললি যে তোর government regulations cannot be just a solution. And I completely agree with that point because it completely depends on the attitude individually and in a macro level. Unless it is involved in education, both in theory and practical, in our generation, at least in my generation period, climate change wasn't something which we discussed about a lot in academics, like which we were not taught in details. It was a part of EVS, but a small part of it, which we need to enlarge. And in practice, these people, the students, are need to be taken to actual practical places which these things are happening. For example, what Akshans does in the volunteering group which he is in, actually cleaning water, then this attitude develops person to person कि नहीं मेरे को climate को बचाना है. Otherwise, people don't even know what the problem is right now. And awareness cannot be just spread just with conversations. Does that make any sense?
I'll
would-
just
I know,
add
I
to
just-
Hindol.
Shoito,
Just add
Shoito,
to,
Rose.
Hindol,
just
what
Rose
question
hand.
he's asking. I just add to Hindol what question he's asking. Like, see, there's also a period. See, when you consider 90s, climate का जो problem था वो 100 साल में आया, ठीक है. 2000
No, it was pretty relevant in the 90s.
exactly.
It was pretty damn relevant in the 90s.
It was relevant, but वो जो impact था ना वो बड़े period time में हुआ, ठीक है. वो बड़े टाइम पीरियड में हुआ, एक 100 साल में वो पता चला है, बट अभी वो रिड्यूस हो गया है 20 से 30 साल. ये पॉइंट है. सेंचुरी के अकॉर्डिंग वो जो टाइमलाइन और इम्पैक्ट वो चेंज हुआ है.
Now, I took my example, but in the sense, अभी भी अगर मैं अपना education system में देखूं, environment, climatic change के ऊपर ज्यादा discussions नहीं हो रहे हैं, and they do not have any practical classes. जहाँ से तुम्हारा वो attitude build नहीं हो रहा है. Now, Poojan and Shoito, you want to add on?
you know, मैं इधर एक चीज बोलूंगा अक्षांश तुमको, like he was saying about that startups, you know, coming and, you know, taking over, but I believe that would, you know, be a negative impact for the economy if I consider for growth and development. I still believe it has to be, you know, government aided programs, because if a startup comes, you know, we do not have any return, you know, protecting an environment. We have to be practical here. There is no return. You know, what is the return? You
And
know,
overall, a startup is a business.
yeah, exactly. You know, we do not have any monetary return. But, you know, if a government aided program is there, as we know that Startup India and Stand Up India is there, they provide funds. So if a government aided program where government is funding, so, you know, a government body has to be there, the Ministry of, you know, Commerce and Ministry of, you know, all the economists over there. We have to think about everything where we have to give sustainable development the utmost priority, because this is the need of the hour. We have seen how, you know, especially the countries around equator are being affected, because we see, you know, if we go to Europe, we do not have pollution that much, but, you know, they, you know, whenever, you know, any person, you know, from abroad comes in, they say the worst part about India is, you know, two things they say, but that is too much population and too much pollution. So we have to think about it, you know, because pollution we have to control at this stage.
Understood.
Otherwise, the, you know, yeah, the
You
health
have
hazards
taken
are
my
also-
point. I'll just
Okay, Shoito is trying to speak for a long time.
Sohito, I'll
cut
just take
you
1
there
minute. Sohito, I'll take just 1 minute and conclude it, and then you continue. Just 1 minute. So you have taken my in wrong direction. My point is that these startups are revenue generating, but they need bit of an environment and open, and they need to be promoted. Okay. These startups are very well revenue generating, and they are converting, like these startups are converting plastics into bricks, or these startups are setting up setups for water harvesting and water recycling. See, these startups are revenue generating, but they need a bit of a time, because see, in any environment or any change takes time. Like Facebook भी आया तो तुरंत successful नहीं हो गया, ठीक है. It took time to understand कि Facebook क्या. It's just that. You took my thing कि वो पैसे नहीं कि they are not generating revenue, they are generating, and very important point कि उनको revenue generate करना पड़े. But वही है कि थोड़ा सा टाइम चाहिए यार, थोड़ा टाइम दे दो, बस ये है. So you can continue.
Okay, Shoito.
Yeah, I want to answer to what Hindul was asking that time related to Akshan's point. That is, Akshan's, yeah, he is doing several activities in order to cure the environment. But I remember he shared a video where they were cleaning. Akshans was also there, and one lady came and dropped the garbage in the water. Okay, so they are indirectly spreading the awareness, but its problem, yeah, we have gone through several books about the climate, but it's what about the mindset, and yeah, correctly said by Hindul, that is the attitude. The lady was watching that they are cleaning because it is harming the environment, it is harming the aquatic life directly, but still she dropped in spite of knowing the consequences. So it's not only about the awareness or the education, but it's also about the mindset that uh, whether it how means how it is beneficial to cure the environment. What can be the consequences for having a good environment? So that should be the thought process which must be going through everyone's mind.
So climate change is a global issue, and countries individually and all nations collectively are responsible for it. Time after time, we consider this as a global issue and forget that the whole which it built in our country, our economy. We also need to look at every different country separately as well. India is a country which has seen and is continuing to experience some of the harshest climate change impacts. Now, Poojan, if you could briefly discuss about the economic impacts of climate change in India, especially since 1991, then we can carry on the discussion with a case study.
Yeah, sure, sure. More extreme weather, definitely has the potential to weaken the economic growth through various hindrances. Like if there is an emergency, where environment is there, environment shock is there. So there is a major shift of capital stock, which the government has to put in to, solve that issue or the damages which are being caused due to those, environmental shocks. And also, when I consider about global warming these days, and the moral hazards it is impacting and imparting, many laborers are dying due to this. And so there is a cut in the labor supply also. And these type of climatic changes also affecting the agriculture significantly, and the agricultural produce are getting limited. So, because sufficient rains also are not being registered as it used to be, especially in the northeastern parts of India. So the
Even
cost
in
of
Northwest, like even in places like Haryana.
definitely, absolutely, absolutely. So the cost of food is also growing due to this. So there is an inflationary pressure as well. Also, due to this climatic change in many parts, not only in India, many parts globally, the labor productivity is also decreasing who have to work outside, be it a farmer or be it anybody else who is working outside, being the daily wage workers, earners, if we consider, they are facing major issues. So their productivity is also reducing. They are not able to work for 8 to 10 hours as they used to, due to the changing climate. And also the most important significant factor I'll have to consider here is the insurance sector. All the insurance companies are these days very clever. What they are doing, they are also taking into account these environmental shocks, because it is increasing as we are moving ahead. And what we used to face in 1980s and 1990s, we cannot compare it with what we are facing now. Daily we are facing many significant floods, and sea level is increasing, ozone layer is depleting. So the insurance company are charging higher now. So a higher insurance payment, we each and every the premium which we have to pay is getting increased. So all in all, stagflation, as we can say, if we break it, stagnation is there, economy is not growing, and inflation is also increasing, as I have already mentioned, the way it is. And also, the monetary policy we cannot bring in, because we cannot increase the money supply in circulation. Because if we increase money supply in circulation to combat the inflation, further inflationary pressure will increase again. And then this will further, cause significant shutdown of many companies. So all in all, this is a major concern, and this is hindering the economic growth. And in future, I can see, it will further, reduce the economic development if climatic change is not taken into consideration, and steps are not taken to mend these challenges ahead.
You mentioned one important point there, which is the insurance sector, which I am not completely aware of that much, but there was this God damage clause or something like that, act of God clause. So what is the current situation with that? Like, is it still in the insurance company is giving insurance on that, or is it still something which is being ignored?
Definitely, because see, the insurance companies are also very competitive. So whichever insurance company will come up with a better plan, most of the people will go, they'll attract the mass, and most of the people will go. So, this is what it is. Most of the insurance companies are taking into account this, the damages caused by environment. And they are, because, this is a massive amount, because environment, we cannot battle with environment. We cannot fight with environment. Environment is, if environment is causing some damage, no force can stop it. So this is a business plan or sort of thing, because it was a huge burden to them. So they considered it, and they have significantly raised their prices, the insurance companies. So they are making a business out of it. So yeah, that is what, because most of them want their properties and infrastructure to be saved. So they are going with that, and people are buying those insurance.
So just for viewers' sake, I should tell this that the next question which we are going to discuss about is a case study, and the question has already been given to them 24 hours ago. So any economy, including India, faces one critical question while discussing about environment protection. That is how to protect the environment and at the same time focus on economic development. Right. Now, the new challenges, according to Shyam Saran, who contributes to Center of Policy Research, which he comes across as comes across two important challenges, which are the questions of security and religious sentiments being a limitation. Now, let's consider the context of ecology of Himalayas for a change. Especially the Char Dham road project. Now, I'd like the speakers to discuss about the security and religious sentiments being the limitation of environment development in India. And I'd also like you guys to give possible solutions in this particular issue. Akshant, you rose your hand.
Very important question, speaker. It's like what to say. बात यहाँ ना सर्वाइवल का है, सर्वाइवल की बात है. जो आप सर्वाइव ही नहीं करेंगे तो आप रिलीजन का क्या उखाड़ लेंगे, क्या कर लेंगे? सॉरी आई एम यूजिंग दिस टर्म, बट आप क्या कर लेंगे?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
You must have seen what happened in COVID. What religion and what beliefs? Muslims were burned by people because the whole family was lost due to COVID, and Muslims were and Hindus were buried in soil because whole Hindu family has no one is left. Nor father, mother, whole, and Muslim communities and Muslim friends are dumping them. तो अभी ये कि अब survive ही नहीं करेंगे तो religion का क्या मतलब? The point that Sohito pointed कि while we were doing our weekly work of Swachhta Pukare, that lady. So again उनके पास है, जब आप वो फेंकने जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, आपका बिलीफ है कि आप उस नदी में फेंक दीजिए. जब आपके पास पीने का पानी नहीं रहेगा तो उस समय क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए? उस समय वो रिलीजन को फॉलो करना इंपॉर्टेंट है कि उसको पानी इंपॉर्टेंट है? यहाँ अभी सवाल यही ये आ गया है. ठीक है। चार धाम की यात्रा ठीक है, यू डू चार धाम की यात्रा, ठीक है, नो इम्पोर्टेंट। चार धाम की यात्रा में लोग जाते हैं चार धाम की यात्रा में, बट जो लिटर करके आते हैं ना वो मतलब भगवान भी बोलता है कि आप इससे बड़े तुम मेरे पास नहीं आते तो ज्यादा बेहतर रहता मेरे से मिलने के लिए। जो लिटरिंग होता है, जो प्लास्टिक्स है, जो हम अपना गार्बेज हम तो भाई खाए फेंक दिए, ये तो हमारा कल्चर है। एटलीस्ट कैरी एक बैग कैरी करो ना, एक छोटा बैग कैरी करो जिसमें कुछ भी आप खाए वो डंप करोगे, कहीं डस्टबिन आपको हर जगह मिलेगा, आप वहां फेंकिए जाके।
अक्षांश, तुमने जब कोविड, हाँ यू वर कंटिन्यू सर।
सो इट्स क्या सर्वाइवल पे बात है। रिलीजन कैसे, जब आप सर्वाइविंग तो रिलीजन किस काम का। अभी भी यू नो रिलीजन वाज क्रिएटेड फॉर, when you go back, religion was created for us to bind, like जैसे लॉज कंट्री बनाती है ना, वैसे ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल ने एक रिलीजन क्रिएट किया कि उनको एक मतलब कुछ वो किया जा सके, मैन किया जा सके, उनको उन पे नजर रखी जा सके, अच्छा ये करने पे ऐसा होगा, कि कुछ तो चाहिए था। लॉज क्यों होते हैं कि आप गलत काम नहीं कर, उसने रिलीजन बना। बट उसके पहले वी यूज्ड टू वर्शिप एनवायरनमेंट एंड आर्ट एंड स्टिल देयर आर कम्युनिटीज लाइक ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज ऑफ झारखंड, the tribals of Jammu and Kashmir, the tribals of Chhattisgarh, even the tribals of Odisha still worship environment. They still worship sun, wind, water, and fire. They still worship them, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि इससे ऊपर कुछ नहीं है। आपने देख लिया, जिसके घर में जिसका बच्चा या जिसके घर में फादर मदर का डेथ हो गया या जिसके घर में कोविड हुआ, वो भगवान का प्रार्थना नहीं किया होगा, उसने रिलीजन को नहीं ठकराया होगा अपने भगवान को, चाहे वो हिंदू हो, मुस्लिम हो, क्रिश्चियन हो, ईसाई हो। क्या वो जब इन्वायरमेंट जब अपने आप पे आता है ना, आपने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट उठाया था, गॉड्स एक्ट, when you and that was mentioned in Oh My God movie, and I have checked it. I have the blog that you mentioned, I'm a founder. In that there is a article called we missed a alarm. पिछले पास्ट में जो हैम्पर्स हुए हैं ना, उसमें लिखा हुआ है, चाहे आप बाइबल पढ़े, क्योंकि आप वी फॉलो अ होली बुक्स व्हेन वी रिफर टू अ रिलीजन, व्हेन you can when if you want to see, check it in Bible, check it in Quran, check it in Gita, and check it in Guru Granth Sahib. In every holy book it is written कि जब भी धरती पे ना environment को harm होना, God will come as it's come with its weapon, ठीक है। एंड एनवायरमेंट के रॉड रूप जो होता है ना, जब एनवायरमेंट अपने पे आती है ना भाई, किसी का नहीं सुनता है, इट लिसन्स टू नो वन यू कैन सी। अभी तो कुछ हुआ है ना, स्टिल अगर हम लोग अभी भी नहीं समझे ना, तो अगली बार जो होगा ना उसमें 50% पॉपुलेशन
कि हम लोग समझ गए आफ्टर कोविड सिचुएशन। कोविड मैं अभी भी एक एक्सेप्शन के हिसाब से पकड़ूंगा, क्योंकि ह्यूमन मेंटालिटी अपना, स्पेशली इंडियंस का ऐसा है कि वंस the thing happens, first we let that happen and only then we help, and then we forget about that. अभी अगर तू 6 महीना टाइम दे कोविड कमने का, people will forget about it, people will stop keeping the safety measures और normal procedure जो था वो वापस चालू हो जाएगा। That's why you need to consider these regulations as well. You cannot just throw it away because people are ignorant. So it's not about the religion problem, it's about the people being ignorant.
Exactly, वो I'll totally agree, ठीक है, कि यार अब 6 महीने बाद I'll just complete in a minute, कि वो अब वही है कि आप नहीं सुने ना, अब वही अपना जो कन्वर्सेशन का मोटिव यही है कि लेट पीपल अवेयर, ठीक है। तो मैं इसी पॉइंट पे I'll complete it, कि अगर आप नहीं सुने ना तो फिर बहुत देर हो जाएगा यार, it will be too late, क्योंकि इसके बाद जो आएगा ना, इन्वायरमेंट जो आएगा ना, वो मतलब सब साफ कर देगा फिर। मतलब आपका क्या रिलीजन, क्या कौन क्या किए नहीं, आप मतलब एक कोविड 2 साल से पूरे वर्ल्ड का इकोनॉमी को खत्म कर चुका है। मतलब जो पुअर था वो और पुअर हो गया, मिडिल क्लास पुअर के लेवल पे चला गया है। क्यों? ये हमारी गलती, ठीक है। तो अब वही है कि या तो हम सुधर जाए या नहीं सुधरेंगे तो हमारी पीढ़ी भी आप पाएगी कि नहीं, कोई भरोसा नहीं, तब हम लोग बचे ही नहीं इस पीढ़ी को क्रिएट करने की। जो पहले ही बात था ना, पहले इट वाज लाइक कि आप अपने पीढ़ी के लिए खुद सोच रहे हैं, अभी ये हो गया कि आपकी पीढ़ी आएगी कि नहीं, ये क्वेश्चन मार्क हो गया। आपकी पीढ़ी आएगी, आपके यंगर वन आएंगे क्या,
आ भी गई तो दे विल नॉट लिव like
Exactly,
us,
exactly,
they will be in a much adverse place.
exactly.
Like, अगर मैं 250 की सोचूं भी, तो फर्स्ट थिंग जो आती है कि दिल्ली में हम लोग सुबह को निकल नहीं सकते बिकॉज ऑफ
Exactly,
यूवी रेस.
exactly.
या अक्षांश, तुम जो बता रहे थे, मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ। लाइक तुमने अभी बोला एनवायरनमेंट को लेके, एक चीज मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि ये कोविड के साथ तुम ये कैसे बोलो कि कोविड के चलते इकोनॉमी खत्म हो गया? ये पॉइंट का क्या रिलेवेंस था कि क्लाइमेट को हम लोग सतर्क नहीं है क्लाइमेट के ऊपर? ये मैं समझ नहीं पाया।
See, COVID is related to environment. ठीक है, COVID is related to environment. ठीक है, and I was talking about COVID's impact. जो कोविड का इम्पैक्ट किस तरह पड़ा? कोविड का इम्पैक्ट इस तरह पड़ा है कि आपके सर्वाइवल पे क्वेश्चन आ गया था ना, आपके सर्वाइवल पे क्वेश्चन आ गया था ना आपको। हाँ,
पकड़ नहीं, मेरे को एक चीज बोलो अक्षांश, तुमने अभी जो बोला मेरे को थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आ रहा लॉजिक। अगर कोई समझ पा रहा है तो मेरे को बता सकता है कि कोविड का जो तुमने बताया 2 साल से इकोनॉमी खत्म कर दे रहा है, ठीक है, एग्रीड। पर उसके साथ क्लाइमेटिक का क्या है? मैंने तो देखा कि कोविड के चलते लोग अंदर है घर के, तो एनवायरनमेंट के ऊपर पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट आ रहा है।
उसका पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट है। कोविड इज क्रिएटेड।
तुम्हारा पॉइंट क्या था?
मेरा पॉइंट था कि कोविड
नहीं, ये कैसे बता रहे हो कि अगर एक मैनमेड वायरस है जो कि प्रूव्ड हो चुका है सैटेलाइट के रिसर्च से, वो कैसे एनवायरनमेंट रेडी किया? ये तो मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा। वो तो एक मैनमेड वायरस है।
मैनमेड वायरस नहीं, सी अभी भी सी आज का न्यूज, अब अगर आज का तुम आर्टिकल पढ़ोगे, आज का 16 इसमें इन शॉर्ट्स का है, अगर तुम गूगल को भी स्वाइप कर लेना, 16 बैट्स के अंदर कोविड वायरस पाया गया है, जिसको तुरंत वुहान से ट्रांसफर किया गया एक क्लोज्ड एरिया में। ठीक है, ये
एनवायरनमेंट है, वो
एनवायरमेंट है, वो
एनवायरमेंट ब्रो। नहीं, तुम एनवायरमेंट नहीं समझ रहे हो। इधर कोविड का जो तुमने पॉइंट लाया, ये मेरे को समझ इसलिए नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि बैट का जो है, वो जो बैट के अंदर पाया गया है, उसको उसका जो एक्सट्रैक्ट लेके वो टेस्ट ट्यूब में रखा गया था चाइना में। ठीक है, यही हमारा जो प्रूफ है, वो तो मैनमेड ही हुआ, एक्सट्रैक्ट लेके।
ठीक है, मैनमेड हुआ। उसका जो उसका रिपरकशंस आपने जो देखा, जो ऑक्सीजन की कमी, मतलब इन्वायरमेंट में ऑक्सीजन होते हुए भी, कि मतलब इतना स्केयर है कि जब ऑक्सीजन आप ले सकते थे, इस मतलब मैं कंपेयर कर रहा हूँ। ठीक है, कहीं ना कहीं वो कुछ वो इन्वायरमेंट वो है कि अगर आप देखो, जब भी अर्थ पे आप नेचर के अगेंस्ट जाओगे ना, वो किसी ना किसी तरह से वो होगा ही। मैं 100%, मैं 80% मान लूं कि वो मैनमेड है, वो बट 20% वो नेचर रिलेटेड है, एंड वो नेचर के इफेक्ट है। एंड इट्स सर होता ना कि कर्मा कम्स बैक, वो हमारे पास आ रहा है। ठीक है, एंड ठीक है, ये है। बट इसके पहले जो वार्निंग हुई, ये क्वेश्चन था रिलीजन के ऊपर था। पीपल,
it's not just religion, it's also sustainability.
Religion was part.
Don't make it a religious question.
No, I'm not making it. Religion was a part. Religion was a part. चार आप इस पे जाते हैं, क्या नाम है, केदारनाथ जाते हैं। केदारनाथ में सब लोग भक्ति के लिए जाते हैं। वहां पे 2 years बैक सडनली इस तरह का फ्लड कैसे आ गया? लोग सब तो भगवान के पास अपनी कामना के लिए जाते हैं ना यार। सडनली ये कैसे हो गया? तब तो क्यों सबको डेथ क्यों हुआ? There were thousands of people going and preaching about their belief. उन लोगों क्यों हुआ?
Actually, Akshan,
that's a different topic altogether.
It's a totally different. But
while worshipping also, हम लोग तो environment को तो affect तो करता ही है ना। जैसे कि हरिद्वार में कुंभ मेला में तो thousands of idols are landed into the water only, and those are all made up of some poisonous chemicals, which is poisonous for the water, for the aquatic life. तो indirectly तो हम लोग तो environment को affect करता ही है। और वहां पे तो केदारनाथ पे तो वहीं पर रिवेंज तो ले लिया नेचर ने।
मैं दिखा रहा हूँ,
it's not about nature. We as humans, we as a government body, how can we solve these things?
Yeah, what I'm saying,
that's the question.
Even after facing this kind of catastrophes, still we are not changing our mindset.
Of course, it's a human nature, right? We adapt to it and forget about it.
Exactly. That's why the second wave of COVID also came.
Exactly. But how as a government body you will solve this environmental problem?
I have a point here. Like, I won't generalize human, here, because there are certain.
No, of course it differs, but
Yeah. Because I agree to what you are saying. I completely agree. I got what you are saying. But in many countries, this climatic change, whatever it is happening, they are adapting to it really well.
I'm
They are
not telling
really.
that not everybody is. Like, consider this
No. I
uh,
agree. I'm just adding a point,
Ganesh
my
festival,
viewpoint here.
if you will.
Yes.
They have
Yes.
adapted it very well, but it's
Yeah.
not one particular festival which I'm targeting.
Not festival. I'm
It's
just
I'm
talking about what they
the
can do.
specific case which the question was dealing with was
Yes.
on Char Dham Road, and
Yes.
even the construction of road is really pollutive. In the
Correct.
sense, it created water pollution, it created a lot of air pollution. Now, these kind of construction itself is a big topic, and sustainability comes in question, right? But
Correct.
till now, everybody is
100%.
stuck with religion.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. I just wanted to add one point. Like many countries, are doing really well. They have a nice model. If anyone pollutes the environment, they are fined. If anyone pollutes the water bodies, they are fine in any way, be it water bodies. If they spit, also they are fine. This should come into being in India, I believe. Government will be termed fascist. Government would be termed communist. Anything will happen. But this is this is the need of the hour. This has to be the case. The government has to enforce this because
So,
even if everyone they dump the garbage randomly in roads. Many times we see even in the big roads, good pakka roads, we see that someone is throwing the things outside. All
so do
these
you
things needs to be
think that
changed.
these kind of regulations,
Yeah.
one particular government shouldn't be individually responsible for it, but there should be a centralized body who should make this a more important regulation, which if the country government doesn't follow, they will be fined? Otherwise, what will be the
Everyone.
incentive to do that?
Absolutely.
And
This
also
has
the
to be the
fact
case.
that remains with the previous question that that it depends upon the people's perception. Means we cannot directly link religion with the climate change. Of course, religion is somewhat related to the climate change because as we know, the religion of a person designs his perception about the environment, about the relationship with the environment. For example, I'm not talking about any religious points. For example, Hindus, immersions, during the immersion process, they throw various garbages and into the dump water into the water bodies. So there is a lot of chaos in that. But we can't help it because there are religious practices again. So in a study which I was going through right now, in the Journal of Religion, so it was the authors have observed that the religious affiliated nations have led to climate change more significantly than religious unaffiliated societies. And I also think that population growth means population control should be taken into account because
Definitely.
if populations tend to increase in a much faster way, then as you know that the normal consequences occur in a more people means more energy consumption, more
carbon
consumption. So that so I think that directly the perception of the people from the very beginning should be changed with regards to climate change, because as also in as per Akshan's case, that lady was not helping to adapt to the change.
Exactly.
She was repeatedly focusing on that. No, there is no problem. Mera kya hai? Mera to kuch nahi hai. Like
The
that.
habit.
That shouldn't be the attitude. Also the major factor is the population. Population control should be taken into account to curb climate change. This is one of the most crucial ways I think that we should propagate in the coming future. So that's another point.
That's a really nice
We, I have a question, like how can we, considering India's population of almost 1.39 billion now, as we stand here today, how can we really control the population? Like what can we do?
So we can impose laws, means such as in China they have that previously they have the one child policy. So means I think that if you control the population, so in one way or the other, it could curb, means the pressure could be minimized. Means yes, India has a lot of population, but population is one of the most crucial factors to contribute to the various damages it has led to the economy, because as you have seen that many problems, unemployment and also other problems have arisen in India. Because
Well, I
why?
agree, Obik, I agree, but
Because
how can we like
because
stop it?
the government has to curb on the population control policies, means has to like China did with the one child policy. The government has
But
to come up with that
do you think that
policy
in
as also.
democracy it is possible? In democracy, it is possible. Do you
Yeah,
think that?
because don't take in otherwise, but
No, no, I'm
we
just
have seen
asking.
but we have seen people, in India we have seen people that people are having 6 to 7 children. That's a fact.
Yes, yes,
Six
I
to seven
agree.
children.
That
Yeah,
was that is what
that
I was
Small
thinking.
intervention.
that
Is there a law which actually allows you to pay more tax if you have more than 3 children in India, or is it just a case in China? India does have
I
that
No
don't
rule,
law,
think
right?
so.
no law,
There's
I
no
don't
law.
think so.
There's
I
no law.
don't
no
think
law,
so.
no law.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption. Please
No, no,
continue.
no.
I don't think, but you know that the children, that people having 6 to 7 children, that's not a that's not a viable way. Means that's not a
Completely.
solution, right? Means because people have to be aware about the consequences, because they are just for reproducing, and they are not handling the consequences,
You know,
because
absolutely. Yeah.
they do not means moreover it also contributes to poverty. Means poverty levels are also rising, and means what is the use of bringing a child into the society when you cannot feed them properly? Means it's their the total economic system goes down with it, right? So I think that things should be made to, that population control should be minimized, means to some bit, to some extent, because for example,
Okay,
China.
Ulrich, you have to conclude
Population,
that.
jumping into
Okay,
population
okay.
is again a totally a different and a single topic to be discussed. And it will, if we jump
Yeah,
into
yeah, yeah. Means,
population, so I think
Okay,
so
Poojan, if
दस
are you
मिनट है
going to
क्या
add on
करना
to
है
it because you were interested?
The last thing I just like to add, I completely agree with Abhik here. Population has been the major hindrance towards many things. Not only climate change, but considering
Economic
climate change,
development as well.
absolutely economic development and all the stagnation, the growth and everything is being stagnant due to this. And considering India's massive population, the awareness people don't have, like what they should do. This awareness which has to be spread among all those significant areas where there is no proper education till now. The sex education we talk about, they do not have that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, we have to make the people aware about it, because this is that high time, because 1.39 billion is massive numbers, and even as Obik was mentioning, 6 to 7 offsprings, they're still, producing, so this is a significant aspect which we need to take into consideration, and we need to make people aware, because, we can bring about correlation here. The more area is populated, more that environment, there will be more environment hazard over there, and more the climatic change would be, the consequence of it.
Yeah, true.
So this has to be kept into
You do not
check,
have to go that far. The carbon footprint is also going to be way higher than that.
Absolutely.
One thing which none of us can hide away from is carbon footprints, right? We all have them, some bigger, some smaller, but it affects the environment drastically. Now, I want all of you guys to keep in mind the lifestyle of the countries like America and the third world countries like India. There are a massive difference between them. Now, what can be the effective way to reduce the carbon footprint overall in the first world countries like America, and how the lifestyle promised by the westernization of societies to the third world countries doesn't dig a bigger grave to these countries?
I like to add here, I like to start here with something like India. If when we consider India as a third world country, the demographic of India, the population structure and everything, the occupational structure, if we consider, it is almost like third world countries, we can tally. But economy as a whole, if we consider, India is probably the sixth biggest economy in the world. The
But I'm also
economy,
talking about this particular question,
no,
environment.
I agree. The carbon footprint, I'm coming into that. So the economy of India is the sixth largest in the world. Okay.
Yep.
So the carbon footprint,
Mm.
which the emission and everything, if you consider in India, is
Mm.
significantly very high. Okay, like they run tally to the developed nations also. So considering so much of transportation and cars and everything, and majority of the urban population, moving, buying their cars and going into that paradigm shift which we weren't able to see before 1991. But globalization coming in and the all the brands coming in, massive boom was seen in the automobile sector. Before that, it was only Maruti.
Mhm.
After 1991, significant changes were there. So now, if we consider, we have to make the move. We have to bring in Tesla. We have to bring that, what can you say, prototype, as we mentioned, the prototype into being. And we have to move to eco-friendly transportation, because considering India's population and also the urban population taken into mind, and the way Indian economy works, I don't think Indian economy works as any other third world country works. It is definitely way above developing nations. So,
But when you talk about
has to be
these
taken into
things,
account.
it's not just Tesla or sustainable development. What I wanted to ask you guys is there is almost more than 20% of the population who doesn't even have electricity or the common necessities, which are America had, let's say, 1950s. Now with westernization coming in, they also have this need to have basic necessities like electricity, ACs, fridge, to keep their food cold, televisions, etc. So how can we right now not exactly break the promise, but shift it in a way that it's more environment friendly? It's not just bringing in Tesla will solve this problem, because that's a lot of population which we are talking about. And at the same time, Americans, their standard of living, like one person is spending electricity which is equivalent to 35 Indians or 67 Nigerians, right? So how they can shift from that amount of consumption to a more eco-friendly consumption, and as Indians who are not yet there when it comes to electricity and these kind of things which they are promised, how can they be their problem
I
be
want to
solved?
here. Yeah, it is not that I told you bringing Tesla will solve the problem. The Tesla model has to be there, because moving to eco-friendly transportation, eco-friendly, we have basically Tesla model speaks what we have to combat carbon emission. Okay, that is what their model
I'm not
is.
denying
So
that
model,
bringing in Tesla will be something harmful.
it
Should be there. It should be there.
I'm speaking.
But
and also one more
considering
thing,
the current situation, if you
one more
bring the
thing.
Tesla model, it's not that cheap right now.
No, it is
You have
cheap.
to establish
It is cheap. No, it is cheaper than other models. That is why it is gaining the significant global appeal. It is quite cheaper. In the long term, if we consider, it is quite
in
cheaper
the long
than
term, it
many
will be
models.
cheap. It's not cheap
Yeah.
right now. For the
No,
next
it
5
is
years, I don't
cheaper.
think so.
No, it is cheaper than the prevailing model. Akshanks might know, because we have
Akshant,
used to have
if he has
a
something.
discussion with that, because the prevailing models, they are very costly. Tesla model is cost effective. That is why they are taking the global attraction. And one more thing, the electricity part, I think India's majority of the population is having electricity now. It is only mere 2.5% now who are not having the electricity. Because electricity,
that's one of the
it is
basic
there.
needs. That's one of the basic needs.
Yeah,
There are other several basic needs which they are promised, right?
Absolutely. So this is a good thing. If Tesla model comes in, I think it will be doing really
most
good.
importantly, since Tesla is coming as an automotive company, it also should establish a gigafactory, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
Tesla has a gigafactory initiative, which is basically a big factory which is based on storing solar energy. Now, Akshant was trying to tell something for a long time.
See, Tesla model could be cost effective, okay, but it's not very sustainable because इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट करने के लिए भी हम कहीं ना कहीं एनवायरनमेंट को हार्म करते हैं. आप दो ही तरीका से आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट करते हैं. या तो फॉसिल फ्यूल जो कोल है वो इट्स अ बिगेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ पोल्यूशन. when you consider India में more than 50% of the electricity is generated through coal. वो one of the leading problem है आपका इसका इलेक्ट्रिक पोल्यूशन का. ठीक है. एंड जो सेकेंड हाइड्रोजन पावर है ना, that creates flood and ecological imbalance. डैम जो क्रिएट होता है, that's a very harsh or kind of a negative for its the aquatic animal in the surroundings as well as the people living nearby because they are very prone to floods. Okay, so again that could be cheap, but again what your questions regarding carbon footprints, we again come to the same point ki what is the balancing between environment and our development. Okay, yes, the backward countries need to have a basic level of amenities, a standard level of amenities considering electricity and all. And yeah, because India is a developing country and US, which is very far, and when a country gets developed, it cannot get suddenly come to lower. So what we need is innovations. There are much more studies need to be done in terms of solar energy and wind energy could be used, but yes, its efficiency. The second is its storage. Okay, need to be more research. And I think for my consideration, what I feel solar energy in current time should be given the top most priority because uska wo kabhi khatam nahi hone wala. Sun kabhi. हाँ.
Do you know what a gigafactory is, first of all?
I do not.
Gigafactory is a factory which stores solar energy and then distributes at night when solar energy is not there. So that's what I told initially.
अच्छा, so उस पे अच्छा तो इसको काट के हम कनेक्ट कर दें.
You guys only need 100 of them to help the world.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
There will be a certain amount of damage, but it will save from further damages.
Exactly. So
and it's not only that. There are other
I did not have the knowledge. I did not have that knowledge. Giga setup.
There are other initiatives like direct air capture or DAC for short, if you will.
Exactly.
Which captures carbon dioxide from the environment, and it actually basically works as what ocean does for us.
I think that I think I'm not very sure. Delhi is using as a pilot project. During the winters regarding car, I think I'm not very sure. I think this technology is being used by Delhi as a private project, pilot project.
Which technology?
This one catching carbon.
That's run by carbon dioxide. DAC.
Yes. And measuring the amount of pollution. I am not very sure, but I
don't think that's DAC, but it might be something else.
Very anyone else wants to raised by Hindol, I completely agree with that gigafactory thing.
Exactly.
It has to be taken into account because it would be a blessing, but a lot of cost is there, to set up that.
Definitely.
Hindol's point.
But again, setting up a gigafactory is way better than setting up a statue which has no reason.
Yeah, I completely agree.
That's again a very a topic,
controversial topic.
Controversial in current scenario. Yes, we should avoid those controversies. And yes, if we have gigafactories, see.
No, Akshay, no. We cannot avoid from a welfare perspective. If we are in a discussion, definitely it would be more, logical.
Obviously, see, again, it's up to anyone about prioritizing. Whenever you do a work, suppose you have list of work 1, 2, 3, 4. You prioritize which work you need to be done first and which work is important and the time consumed. Accordingly, you prioritize your work and your time allotment. Okay. So this, you need to develop tourism places, but considering the current scenario and the current time, environment innovations are very important. Okay. Yes, if gigafactory is a one-time investment, like you see, like you told, it's a cost-effective. Like batteries, car are cost-effective because in long run their maintenance is very low. Same with the giga. I think
Yeah.
it would be same with the gigafactories. When you set up, it's a one-time investment, but in long run it would be a very cheap, effective because you do not have a very low maintenance. And solar energy is being used in many terms. One of my school branches, I studied from DMS Kadma High School, and it's one of its branches, and has totally set up its power supply for its school through solar factories.
It's not only schools, there are actually solar run countries now.
Exactly. Solar run country is airports. Like Kochi Airport has totally come under solar run airport. It is India's first airport to be come under solar, fully run by solar energy. So yes, things are there. Things are changing. People are, but more to be done. If we need to survive,
Yeah, definitely.
if we need to survive, and we when we talk about sustainable, कि हम अपने फ्यूचर के लिए क्या छोड़ेंगे, तब ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम इसका स्पीड बढ़ाएं इस चेंज का.
Also, before coming down to these complicated technologies, and because we have to address the true issue, means because how to reduce the carbon footprints from our very basic home. Means we can start in our homes itself, because means as the saying goes, that charity begins at home, because it is necessary, because these gigafactories and what Hindal was talking about, and all this Tesla model, they are actually Indians need to cope up with this, because they are also costly innovations, right?
Yeah,
Means
definitely.
coming with the state of affairs, we could take small steps, such as use of LED bulbs, you do not using of new refrigerators, or using of energy efficient products can significantly reduce the carbon footprints. Or also research has shown that bringing down the consumption of meat products, and also the fatty products, can also reduce carbon footprints at an individual level. So
Methane.
I personally believe that individually we could reduce carbon footprints through our own actions. Means suppose a person can directly take flights without taking connecting flights. So this will also reduce CO2 emissions. Also with the
Exactly.
proper ventilation processes, you do not have to use air conditioners, which again contributes to the CFCs, and also the old products. That is, the old refrigerators should be discarded. So I think that these steps should be taken, means more actively, so that in a joint way we could contribute to the reduction of carbon footprints and contribute to the better climate changes.
Okay, really nice point. And okay, is anybody
so-
else who wants to add on it? Okay, sure,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so my point is related to what Obik was saying, that's about starting from home. Yeah, that is true, but the problem is the people, the richer section of the society, they want to lead a luxurious life, right? So they individually will not reduce their consumption, because they will think that, okay, others are also purchasing those ACs, those refrigerators. So let me also do. I have the ability. I can afford it. So what I think that, I don't know how much it will be possible for the government, but the government can put a check. Now, check in the sense that it can raise the price floors and raise the price ceilings also. Means the government can actually increase the tax rates on these luxurious commodities products, and also can raise the prices, can ask the private companies to raise the prices also. I think in that way the consumption to some extent might decrease, especially the consumption of the vehicles.
This is an important
The
point we
private
should
transports.
discuss.
I,
At this point,
to
at
some
this point,
extent-
it is really necessary to add taxes on
Yeah.
those products,
I
which is
agree.
actually hampering their life.
Yeah, to
Pooja.
some extent, I also disagree to this point, because
Okay.
the instance Shohito added here was of the people who are really rich. These taxes won't affect them much. Middle class people would be affected again. To be very honest,
जो burden जो पड़ता है वो middle class से
Very
पड़ता है,
right.
ना rich
the rich
और
people
poor
will,
Just a second,
you know,
Lakshan.
consume it. Nobody would be able to stop them. The instance which Shohito gave, I believe that it won't be a different case, even if we impose tax,
Absolutely,
considering India's
absolutely.
population.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the richer section of the society or in India is around 1%.
It's not just
right?
India. The topic is not just about India here. America
Okay,
is also
in the
Yeah,
world
yeah,
only, if
anywhere,
I say it is
anywhere.
1 to 2% only. 1 to 2% or maximum maybe 5%. I'm not sure of the data. Okay. But even the cheap cars, they are not bought by the richer section. Rather, they are bought by the middle class families. The cheap cars or the cheap cases. Even the prices of those are also to some extent improved. Then to some extent, the consumption might get reduced. Just the primary step I'm talking about.
I completely
So,
agree with
okay.
Rohit. The last thing I like to say is like the emission from cars, transportation is the main cause of this. So this has to be prioritized. AC and other things, refrigeration definitely has to be
No,
taken into
definitely.
account.
Transportation
Yeah.
accounts to different
Yeah.
sectors. Our
Yeah.
inflation happens because of the transportation sector.
Absolutely. So this transportation and those, the factories, the emission from the factories, significant factories has to be, prioritized in the first place. I believe that.
One more
So
point that was coming to my mind. Sorry, the last point. That is one more
Be
policy
fast.
the government can take, that is based on the family size and based on the size of the homes. Okay, the government can put a check on the number of private cars you can own and number of private ACs or private, the refrigerators they can own. The government can put a check on it on all the families. I feel even that can be effective rather than putting the price floors and the price ceilings and making the companies lose their profits.
We talked about a lot of topics here, but does any one of you guys remember the fact which I told at the starting of this conversation?
Yeah, to bring about
Okay.
a
What was that?
revolution, we have to start with the conversation. So this
Exactly. So the last question which I have for you guys is, like, as you said, a revolution starts with a conversation, but it doesn't work if the noble idea gets lost in conversations and treaties itself, right? Right now, it's way past the time of just conversations and increasing awareness in this particular issue. The time is more demanding than that. The question is to all of you guys, to myself, and to the audience, and it doesn't matter if you are a 10-year-old, if you are a 35-year-old teacher, or a person who has retired. What have you done individually, or if I reframe it, how have you actively participated in trying to stop climate change? And if your answer is no, it's understandable. We haven't as well. I haven't as well, and it's understandable. Then what are you gonna do about it? Ashansh, if you want to tell me something about it.
So, thank you, Hundo, for this opportunity. So, yeah, I am part of a group called Swachhta Pukare, which is founded by Gaurav Anand. He is an environmentalist and a GM with Jusco, and he is part of the environment development that Tata takes under within the cities, considering rivers, considering the township development and each and everything. So his motive was he was part of Namami Gange, which was a CSR event by Tata Steel, and he was there as a environmentalist, and they traveled from from Haridwar to Patna, the whole Ganga bank. So after and they did the through the project of Namami Gange, the cleaning of river. So when he came back, he had an idea that अब तो खत्म हो गया, इसके बाद क्या? So from that he initiated that we should start in Jamshedpur as well. Okay, and we do river cleaning, weekly river cleaning, as well as market awareness in terms of littering and garbage, how you should disperse your garbage, as well as how you must throw your things in dustbin, and having a properly clean. So anyone who is listening to our video can start it anywhere, at any place. I'll share the Facebook link.
All the descriptions will be listed below.
Exactly. Facebook page link will be in the description below. You can start it anywhere and just ping. Gaurav Anand's number is there itself in the page. You can start it, and it's a very great job. And I also share. We also share few descriptions regarding the environmental and the recycling startups that have come up, and few of the professors who have taken up this very seriously and what they're doing. So yeah, these are the things what we as a people, citizen of the country are trying to do.
It's really is a high time to be volunteers and actually be there in the field and not just talk about these in conversations. So with that being said, we will take a leave for this episode and we'll join you guys again in the next one. So stay tuned, like, share, and comment. Definitely comment what you feel about it.